Hey everybody, we are
Welcome to the
live. We are back. I am Natasha Shanae,
and I am your girl, her Shanice B, and
and
we
we are
are
Entrepreneurship,
entrepreneurship.
the podcast.
We need some music. Don't you think we need some
I
music?
know we gotta have us a little anthem.
I think we need one. I really do.
Listen, we
I'm over
letting
here.
people jump on. We're gonna let them jump on. I can't even see who's coming in or not, but we will have some guest speakers. Today we are doing licensed versus unlicensed. So we're gonna share our opinions, but we also want the opinions of others. So we are welcoming some of our business associates, business friends that are licensed, and we're also welcoming people that are unlicensed. And if you are a consumer, you can come on as well. So if you see me guys looking at my phone, it's because I'm making sure the girls have the links and they can get on. Okay, so just
Yes.
bear with us while we get people in, and then we are going to get started. This is going to be fun. Like, yes, we're going to give our opinions, but we're also going to have some fun too.
Okay, so
All
we do
right.
have people on.
Oh, we do.
And when you, yes.
Hey y'all, I can't see. I don't know why I can never see. But hey y'all.
You don't see anything at the bottom?
Mm-mm. Chat maybe?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't see nothing. Chat. Hey y'all, happy Thursday. Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurship. Like I said, we are doing licensed versus
It's
unlicensed,
unlicensed,
and we
yes.
will be inviting some guests on. We're gonna make it very interactive. We're gonna make it fun. Um, and we just want you guys' input, right? So if you're feeling some type of way and you want to share your opinions and your feelings, we want you to share that as well. I'm also going to be giving you guys some scenarios, and you can participate in the
Mm-hmm.
comment and let me know if you think this person is licensed or unlicensed. So we're gonna make it a little fun and more interactive. Right now, I'm just making sure everybody have the link. If you guys want to
Yes,
join,
ma'am.
can you post the link somewhere or no
Post which link? I'm sorry.
for them to join? Is
The
it
live
possible?
chat or the live?
The actual live? If they wanted to join the actual live, is there a way that you can
Oh,
post
we
it?
have a guest now.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh,
Who we got? So I know for sure Val is coming up. I also
we
know
have
that Dior is coming up.
Dior is here. Hey Dior, how you doing today? Hold on,
Hear
let me let
me?
Dior in.
Dior, Dior. Hey, Dior.
Hey,
Hey Dior,
how
hi.
are you? I haven't seen you in so long, Shanice.
How
So
you
introduce
been?
yourself, Dior, because they know me and Shanice. They don't know you yet. So introduce yourself.
Oh, well, welcome everybody. Hello, hello. Thank you guys. First of all, thank you guys for, having me on. And just giving, allowing me to share your platform with you. I greatly appreciate it. For you guys that do not know me, my name is Dira Lucas. I'm a retired NFL massage therapist. I have ran one of the largest spa beauty and wellness communities in the whole world. And now I help aspiring entrepreneurs that have done all the services, that have made all the money. Now I help them build their digital businesses through courses and online platforms and stuff. So I'm that girl if you need that help. But yeah, that is who I am. I'm super excited again to be here. So what is going on, lady? What's the conversation like tonight?
So tonight we're doing licensed versus unlicensed. So for those of you that are new here, I am Natasha Shanae. I'm a licensed esthetician in the state of New Jersey. I am also a spa owner, a business credit strategist. As you can see, I'm pretty much a serial entrepreneur. I do a little bit of everything. I help entrepreneurs structure their businesses properly, but also get started with business credit. So if you guys need that, hit me up, right? And then I'm gonna let Shanice do a quick introduction, and then we're gonna get into it. Go ahead, Nisi. Her Shanice B.
Hi. Hey everyone. I'm over here doing multitasking, okay? So I am your back office bestie. I am your automation best friend. I am your
Yes.
website SEO sister. So you come see me when you want to get your back in office, your back fundamentals of your business together. I help you build
Period.
your systems. I help you build your team. I help you get your project management together. So, I'm
Yes.
your back
Listen,
office
y'all need a
bestie. So give
Shanice.
me a call when you're ready to pivot from your business, because there's a lot of business that are closing down lately, and we want to make sure your business is not one of those businesses. Okay.
Shanice, I need your number. I need your help, sis.
That's me every
Okay.
time I speak to her. I'm like, can you help me?
Yes.
She's sick of it.
We need to have a conversation because I need your services, ma'am.
Okay.
Absolutely. Listen, so for you
All
guys that are
right.
in the Facebook group, Entrepreneurship, I know you always see we're welcoming all new people, right? That's something that
Mhm.
Shanice set up. She set up that automation. When I first saw it, I was like, damn, you quick. Like I just added this person and you're saying welcome already. So she had that automated. So we never have to verbally say welcome. Here's your
Wow.
admin. So salute to you, DCB.
Yay.
All right, so
Oh, that
let's
ain't it. We
jump
got some more
in.
stuff coming new, but that's a
Yes, let the
pause.
girls know. So
We got
let's
more
jump
stuff
into this
coming.
conversation. So licensed versus unlicensed. We're gonna share
Mhm.
how we actually feel about it. So I guess I can start with my opinion. So me being an entrepreneur, I really feel a type
Mhm.
of way when I see someone doing services and they are unlicensed, right? And that goes for waxing services, facials, and any type of beauty services that you actually need a license for. And the reason I do feel a certain type of way is because they can make it bad for other people, right? So if anybody is in New Jersey, you know it is already strict when it comes to what we can and can't do. And that's because of lawsuits, right? That's because of people just messing people up. They don't know what they're doing and they're making silly mistakes, right? Not to say that all of those people are unlicensed, but when you're unlicensed, you're probably more prone to making those mistakes, right? Because you don't know certain things that we learned in school. So for me, I feel a certain type of way because I feel like you could be messing up the game, right? How a lot of people
Mhm.
see things on Instagram and they come to me and they want me to do it. And I'm like, no, that's improper. So when people are
Yeah.
doing the what is it, the waxing with the vajacials,
Oh
it's a
yeah.
certain way that you have to do a vajacial. If I'm telling you to stay away from heat and sauna and sweating after you're a Brazilian, why would I be putting steam on you after a Brazilian, right? So some stuff just
Right.
don't make sense, but people want it because they see other people doing it. So now I have to educate them, and it's up to them if they want to believe me or they want to believe Instagram, right? So
Right.
that's the main reason why I have a problem with it. But I also think it depends on the industry that you're in.
Me
Because
too.
I go to someone to get my hair done that's unlicensed. But then
Right.
again, it's a wig, right? So it just depends. So what do you ladies feel about it? What do
I
you
was
think?
just I was just thinking about that specifically for hair because there's so
Mhm.
many kitchen petitions, like what do they call them? Kitchen
Kitchen
beauticians,
morticians,
right?
that's funny.
That
Yes.
are, that just I remember in high school learning how to braid and be braiding people's
Yes.
hair in school, right? And then you kind of get like you get a hobby, you start doing more people, then you start charging people, and it becomes a thing. So I think now because the beauty industry is becoming so like wide and so many people are entering it in, and now they're starting to do a lot of different services unlicensed, it's definitely an issue. Yeah, it's definitely an issue. Like if you're gonna be unlicensed, do services and do things that don't require a license. Like wax is absolutely off limits. Like you
Yes.
can literally like mess somebody up with wax. Like you can mess the whole vaginal area up, pull their skin up, like
Mm-hmm.
you
I've
know how many
seen
times
it.
I've heard people have stories, and even with people who are like that is just a very fragile area, like
Mhm.
so yeah.
Yeah.
um
And I know, so
Yeah.
Dior she's from a different industry, right? She's from the industry of body contouring. And
mhm.
a lot of people I've seen have been doing body contouring services. So I don't think that's a regulated service, is it?
No, it's not regulated, but it is about to become regulated. So outside of being a body contourist, I'm a massage therapist. So massage therapy was never licensed up until maybe like a decade ago. It was people called
Wow.
themselves masseuses. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you so let me just give y'all a little bit of etiquette. Do not call anybody a masseuse that is license, because now you actually got to go to school, you got to take an exam, you
So
like
masseuse wasn't requiring a license then?
so masseuse or body workers, like it, like you see those guys, or like those guys on Instagram, like it just looks very sexual. Those people are not massage therapists. They are body workers. Now there is a sensual massage that is under massage therapy, but it's not what they're doing. When the butt's all in their face and stuff, like no. That is a body worker. That's someone who just, knows the movements, knows how to, make, provide release to the body. So there was a time where you did not have to be licensed to have a business. That's why there was a lot of those like parlors, and a lot of parlors got closed down because they were also doing, sexual favors and stuff like that. But now we're regulated. So body contouring, no, it's not regulated. It's regulated in some areas. I have my feelings against that. Hi, how are you? I have my feelings on that. Like, I definitely think that, body contouring is a great industry to get into, whether it's licensed or not. But it is getting to be people are getting hurt now. They're not, whoever's training them is new, doesn't know anything. And then they're adding a lot of add-ins like these lipo shots and doing all these things. And it just gives them, because they have clientele, gives them space to start dabbling in other things that could be risky. So, I always tell people, like, if you really want to do this as a career and you really want this to be long-term, like, get a license, and not just so that you could have a license, so that nobody could pull a business from under you. Someone could shut your whole lifestyle down. Like, if you don't have a license, if they report you, done, business closed, open, closed.
So I know Shanice, right? You used to do body contour, or you might still do it. I don't know, right? So I know Shanice.
I was hoping to skip this one.
And Shanice was really, really good at it, right? But just share your reason, because I feel like we talked about this a couple months ago, and you was kind of moving away from body contouring, right? So
okay, so this the deal. I'm gonna be so completely honest. When I did body contouring, the first coach that taught me was Marquita. Outside of body contouring, I saw everything on YouTube, right? I thought, oh, walk, boom, 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 keep it moving. I would tell anyone, if you're coming into something like this, go to people within that field. Go to someone that actually worked in that field. Me going through her first, and me understanding the lymphatic system, how everything flows, and how easily you can delete people off this earth just by body contouring itself, set the standards high. And then I trickled down to Dior. Dior probably don't remember, I took her spa class. She had the Facebook group, she had the spa experience, and she had all these different coaches coming inside her group.
Yes, I remember.
Dior drilled in us about massage therapy. Dior drilled in us about how to touch the body and what service to really do not touch in body contouring. And then I met this girl named Natasha. Okay. Then this girl named Natasha would not stop tap dancing on my shoulder about, go get your license, go get your license, go get your license. And then at that time, everything just started happening in body contouring. People was doing things that was just unhuman, especially when it came down to like the butt.
Ooh,
and then you saw some of the regulations that were changing in body contouring. And I'm saying to myself, I have invested so much money already. It's basically like I have came this far. I might as well just finish. So me investing into going to get my esthetician license at the end of the day, today, that was the best decision for me, because if state run up in here, they can't take nothing from me now.
Exactly.
Right? So all that time I took, all that money was well invested.
Oh,
so I tell anyone, if you in body, if you in body contouring, don't just stop at the machine. Go further. I don't care if you just want 2 years in nursing school. Do that. Just to make sure that you're covered, because body contouring is not cheap. anything that you invest into beauty and medical is expensive. And we're playing on a fine line between beauty and medical. So invest. I would tell anyone, invest.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we're gonna have Val come up and introduce herself. Blends Nail Studio. Just introduce yourself. I feel like you may have us playing on something else, so turn it down or mute it because we echoing. I'm like, I hear something. So Val, introduce yourself.
Do you hear echo now?
No.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I hear it.
I don't have anything else playing.
It might be is it empty? Is it
my
empty?
Bluetooth. Oh, I see what you're saying. 1 second.
Oh yeah, probably the Bluetooth then.
All right, that makes sense then.
I love that we all from different industries too. Because Diora, she does body contouring. Shanice is, well, you're an esthetician.
I'm a little
lot, so
multifaceted.
I'm from, the aesthetics world, and now she's from the nail tech world. So introduce yourself and let them know how you feel about unlicensed versus licensed, and why is it important?
Okay, all right. First, is echo going? I think.
You're good.
You're
good. You're
all
good.
Right. First of all, Natasha, thank you for letting me join you guys on this platform. So I'm very appreciative of being asked to be a part of it. My name is Val. I'm a part of Blends Nail Studio, owner, nail tech of a Black-owned nail studio here in Newark. I'm a licensed nail technician in Jersey, and my input in regards to licensed and unlicensed, I just feel like if you want to grow, if you want to move within your industry, you're going to have to be licensed. You need that, even if you just feel like you need that paper just to back you. It doesn't mean you're better. Well, nothing means you're better than the next person, but like you do have some techs out there, and I'll say nail techs that are unlicensed, but do a really bomb. Can I curse? No. Bomb job, right?
I be cursing.
Okay. F-bomb, but people like.
I think we passed the threshold.
Okay, they do a good job in doing, and they're unlicensed. I just feel like if you want to grow, you're going to need that paper. Like I think it was Shanice who mentioned that if the state comes in, at least you have that paper to back you. Yeah, I think it could take you to the next level. Not being licensed is it can hinder you. It's bad, like lawsuits. Yes. If you're unlicensed, you're definitely be hit.
Right.
You do something out of your scope, what you're trained to do. So I just feel like being a licensed esthetician, nail tech, hairstyle, like you need that type of paper backing to just back you and help you grow within your industry. Like I said, it doesn't make you better than someone who's not licensed, because there are very much so talented ladies in general who aren't, but you're only going to go but so far.
Right.
If you're going to take your craft serious, you need to have it like that. I did. I started off, I went to YouTube University with learning how to do nail initially, just to get my foot in the door to know what products, how to do certain things. But what really got me wanting to go further, I said, you know what? I have to go to school. I need to know the ins and outs. Like I said, YouTube, Instagram, they're going to show you but so much. But I just felt like going to school, it gave me the book work, even when it comes to disinfecting and being sanitary, your implements, and knowing, how long to keep them in the barber side, or what it's called a pre-service when we're in the nail industry. So knowing you must wear gloves, to clean your implements too. So like stuff like that, you may not learn on YouTube or other platforms.
Right.
I felt like to grow, I needed to go to school. I had to.
Right.
And that's what I think when it comes to being licensed and unlicensed. Like, yeah, you may be good at what you do, but do you know the reasons why somebody skin is bubbling up? Like, do you know what's going on when things go wrong? Sometimes you don't know. And of course you can learn from experience, but you shouldn't have to try to Google stuff later on. You should already know because you learned in school, right? So that's one of the things why I think, you know, people that are unlicensed, that are licensed, we do have an advantage over people because we can tell you, oh, do this, and this for your skin, as opposed to somebody who is not. They may not even know how to treat things when they go wrong.
Right. I think Val made a good point too when she said like license, like you can't get licensed if you can't get insurance if you're not licensed. So you don't even have protection over you or your clients, nor your house or wherever you're working out of, right? Like you don't even have the ability to really like protect yourself, right? You can't even really get a suite either. Like these suites require you to have a license. So now you're working out of your home or you're doing mobile. And again, like Val said, like it caps you on the amount of money that you can make. Now there are people that are making money that are not licensed, but you cap yourself.
Yeah, because you have to be very careful who you letting in and things like that. You don't know who's who. Yeah. You can't really promote sometimes how you want to. I mean, some people, they don't even know that they're supposed to be licensed. And
that's crazy. No, I mean, that's crazy.
They don't know. I've had people ask me, like, can I teach them how to wax? And I'm like, you have to be licensed for that. And they're like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, how do I get licensed? Because they see other people waxing that never went to school.
Yeah.
But I think that's the integrity of the people teaching them. Because have some integrity. Why would you teach somebody that's unlicensed? Now they're out here doing service. Right?
That was happening a lot because people they want the money. They see that now there's a next level to business, doing group coaching or group educating, and like they don't care. Like I always taught people like, don't teach people who are not licensed, specifically if you got to be licensed for that service. Like body contouring was always like it's like an entry. It's an entryway into business. Like weight loss, sauna, those things are entryways. But like you gotta get if you want to
elevate, you gotta get that license. It's like elementary, but if you want to go to college, you got to get that license, right? If you want that money, if you want that elevation, you want that insurance, you want that exposure, you're going to have to get that license.
Right.
Because now we have license. Now we can say X, Y, and Z. Now we can charge the prices we can charge. Now we can require the things that we can require.
Right.
And if you want to take your craft to the next level, like you should want to be licensed. You get what I'm saying? Like, granted, you start somewhere. Like I said, I started at some point, but then if you're taking it serious and this is not just a hobby, I guess, you want to make it a profession and make it like your career and that's your end game, it's like you have to do the work to get the paper. So
hey, that's right. You do get hungry because even the other day I was telling my girlfriend, I said, girl, I'm about to go to nursing school because I want to do Botox now. I said, forget face use. I want the Botox money. I'm saying, how I'm gonna make this happen because I don't want to go to nursing school, but I want to do Botox.
Right.
But like you said, when that licensing, you want to elevate, you get hungry, you want to go to the next level. Because once you see the possibilities, you like, oh, like I said, I did body contour. How many months I need for esthetician? Bam, let me make that happen. How many more months I need to be a nurse? Bam, let me make that happen. How many more? What else I need? Because I want that same thing that they got. And so these are the steps that they took to get that freedom. Sign me up for the license, please.
That's a good point too, because even when you talk about Botox, there was a lot of those. Remember, like those non-invasive lip fillers that people were doing with the pen.
I took a class. Never did. I was like,
I did too.
That was an iffy. Like technically, that's not regulated because it's non-invasive, but that is a very sensitive part of the body. Like you could jack somebody up with that. Even with I think when they were even doing like in the
they even did it for the weight loss and weight loss shots, and then they was even doing it for the butt to make the butt plump. But that actual tool wasn't even regulated. It's not. We're not really allowed to use that tool.
Right. I like when I had my spot in Broadway, like the girls were like, "Oh, I saw this on TikTok. I saw this," and I'm just like, I don't like to. I don't want to get risky. Like, there's some things that I will bring in and we elevate. I was just like, I'm not really too sure about that. Like, I definitely ain't messing with nobody's lips. Like. And then you saw how many people had injuries.
Girl, I did it on myself.
I was about to say the backlash they got from doing that. You did what?
The lip, because I had to try it on me first.
Okay, what happened?
What happened to my clients? So once I did it, it was fine. It bubbled up a little bit. Then I did another one. It was like a lump in my lip. So I did a little bit, but I only did the top. And they tell you sometimes you'll get lumps. You just massage it out or whatever. But for me, it was just like I started to see like people's go wrong. People get infected. I was like, nah, I'm not offering this. It was just, to me, it just wasn't worth it. And then it didn't even last long. Like my lips was plump for probably a few days. Like, and nobody really noticed because I didn't do my whole both lips. I just did the top. But I was like, it's not worth the risk. But the girls wanted it. People was begging me to do it. And I'm like, no. Like, I had the stuff, but I was like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't want you walking around with bubbles on your lip. Like, nah, I could look like that, but
Yeah.
Oh, I hear you. I taught a nail art class and wanted to learn how to cut cuticles. And I said, listen, because that can go wrong too.
Yes.
In the scope of my license, we're not supposed to cut live skin because now you're going into surgery. We're to cut dead skin. So I said, you know what? No, to like go to school for that. I can show you. I know how to do it, but for you to just do that, that's why it's so finicky with something like that. You got to be real, know what you're doing because you can cut live skin and now you have someone bleeding or then an infection or then so many things can go.
Look, can I be honest? Can I tell on myself?
Yeah.
I was doing things that I was not supposed to do in my scope of practice. Okay. When I was doing post-op, I was doing I was doing post-op and a lot of times people needed to be drained and stuff like that. I had a nurse show me how to do it, and I wouldn't do it for everybody, but if they wanted me to do it, it was like I took off the business hat and I'm Dior. Like, but now, I was. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, no, you got to get a license. I was totally out of order and out of scope, but I was doing it. And even thinking about now, thinking about the mindset I had, it was just like this is money.
Thank God nobody passed out.
Right. So, people, people will risk it because it's business and it's like a livelihood. But, after a while, I was just like, nah, I'm not offering it. And then what I did was I actually just collab with someone who was licensed so that so that it was no longer on me. And I didn't want that on my conscience either.
Yes.
You know what I'm trying to say? Hurting somebody or whatever, even if I knew, but to be offering that as a service or whatever, I just started collaborating with nurses and they would come in, they would be like concierge, or I would send them. I started just sending them to people that I would have a relationship with, and they would just do that one service and then send them back to me. And that kind of just took it away of being out of scope of practice. So
right.
Y'all heard what
but that's a good idea,
right? Collaborating over time.
I was just about to say that. I'm about to say she just dropped a major gem right there, y'all. She just told y'all exactly what to do if you don't want to get licensed.
Collaborate with somebody that's doing it. And that's another thing. So me, now that I have a bigger space, I want to collaborate with more people, right? So I'm out here, I'm like, I need a makeup artist, and then I need a lash tech, and then all of these people I'm finding, they're not licensed. So I feel like when it comes to makeup, you could take a risk on a makeup artist because in New Jersey, the laws around makeup is different, right? So I could easily get away with having a makeup artist here. I can't get away with an unlicensed lash tech. Like I feel like that's too tricky. When it comes to makeup, you can
how do they get licensed? What scope is that?
Esthetician. They gotta be an esthetician or a cosmetologist, and nobody is licensed. Like I get people all the time. I'm talking to them, and they like, oh, I'm just a lash tech. I'm like, do you have a license? Because like I need a lash tech here, and most estheticians don't like doing lashes. I know I don't. So I'm like, I can't find that.
Why don't you like Natasha? I'm just curious. Why do you don't like doing lashes?
They just take too long. The first time I tried to do lashes, because I took a class and everything. I did it. The first time I did it, it was like an hour in. My back was hurting. And it looked like I did nothing. I was like, it looked like I did nothing. I was like, I'm gonna be here for 3 or 4 hours.
That happened to my sister. My sister took a lash class. She had like a lineup of 3 days. It was like super professional. She was like, if you come in at this, if you come in as a model at this rate, you'll lock in. She had like people back to back. Girl, she was like an hour and a half in, and she was only like half of one lash. She was sweating, like she was just like, this is too much.
And then imagine if you're, and I know, over time you get quicker, right? But imagine you sitting there for 3 hours and you getting $100. Like, nah, just give me the facial. I'm gonna do the facial in 50 minutes and get my 150. I'm good. I'm not doing that.
Right.
That be hurting. No.
One thing that this kind of like would probably like teeter. So, owning a spa, there was a lot of people who were already, they had a certificate, right? They did the completion of their hours, but they were in the process of getting licensed. Now, what do you guys feel about that? With someone who's gone to school, has the theories, have their hours, but they're in between the limbo of actually getting licensed through the state.
So as long as you have a permit, long as you have a permit, I'm okay with you coming in here. I'm good with that. At least you have a permit. Like, I feel like I need something to kind of cover me. You can't be coming in here, and people lie too, because I've had that happen before too. People will lie and be like, oh, I'm in school, and they never register for school, because I've had that. And they ain't never go to school. It's been 3 years. They're doing services, and they never went back to school or graduated. So, no, you need to have a permit at least to work here.
No,
I agree.
License. I had my permit, and I worked down at a nail salon. And I worked there for about 30 days. And then, because I don't know if it's changed now, but when I got my license, to do the practical was closed due to COVID. So what they had us do is you can work at a salon for 30 days. And then the manager of the salon will then have to sign off on the paper. Oversaw what you did and you know what you're doing type of thing. And then I work.
That's how I got mine. Then I got my license like that.
Yeah.
Somebody signed off on it, which was better than going to state board, because state board, honestly, they look for sanitation, which is a good thing. But I feel like don't focus on that. Focus on me knowing what I'm doing. So yeah.
The pressure was a little.
Salute to us, right? We got away with it. But
now I have hired people that had their permit, or they were in limbo, especially with someone, but still having someone in the spa that was licensed. Like I will work with someone that way, but you're not gonna do like intricate things, like you can't do certain things. But I'll work with you. But also too, I'm gonna hold you accountable that you get the license. I need a date, because if you're in a service that requires it, if you don't have the license, that is gonna be a hindrance on me. But I will work with someone who doesn't have a license but may have experience, right? But also is in the journey of getting. They're literally like, I'd be like, send me the confirmation of your test. Send me the confirmation, keeping them on top, keeping abreast of that. So.
But let's switch gears a little bit, right? So let's talk about, as a consumer, do you care if somebody is licensed or not?
Yeah, it depends on the service.
That's what I was going to say.
It depends on the service.
Because my lash tech, like, she's not licensed.
Yeah, the girl who do them wigs, they ain't licensed either, but she be slaying.
Yes.
So this is how I feel.
Yeah, it depends on the service.
I feel like I never went into a nail salon nowhere and looked for a license, right? I've never done that.
I never did either.
Now, I've been sitting in a nail salon and I see license on a wall, but I ain't never say, is my girl, up there, right? But what I will say, the only thing that I probably would look for is an esthetician, or what is that? Like a natural hair care person. Like I would want those two people to be licensed, right? But when it comes to nails, my wigs, I ain't gonna lie, I don't care if you licensed or not. But if you really have to treat my hair or really treat my skin or do, I ain't even gonna say my Brazilian because I let somebody unlicensed do my Brazilian. But that was one time. So I do my own now. But
tell the truth, shame the devil.
Right.
No, if you gotta do my face and my real hair, I need you to be licensed.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, I ain't never asked nobody for a license. Like now that you think about it, like I never asked anybody for a license. Like I never did. Like, you know, I've never any services that I've gotten.
See, it wasn't until I went to school that I really paid attention to a license. I never paid attention to it until I went to school. So now if I do want to go to somebody and I know their name, I just be looking them up on the website on the New Jersey verification.
I do too.
So I do too. That.
Now, what about a person who lost their license or they were licensed at one time and now not licensed?
I would never know.
It depends on where they at.
It
depends. It depends.
They missed.
I don't know.
The payment. Was it?
I feel like why did you lose it? Like was it neglect? Like did you get it sued or something and you lost it, or you just wasn't keeping up with it? Like I feel like if you have the knowledge, I'm okay with going to you. So if you know a lot about skin, hair care and skincare, and you did go to school, you just lost your license, girl, hook me up because you probably still know what you're doing. And I also ask people questions because I want to see what their responses are. So if you start naming ingredients and stuff like that, I probably don't even know what you're talking about, but in my mind, you know what you're talking about.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I can stick with her. So I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. So y'all, we gonna play a little game. So I follow this Instagram page, right? It's called, I ain't gonna tell you what it's called, but people give their reviews or whatever. So I like to look at things and I'll be like, are they licensed or unlicensed? So I'm gonna give you guys a scenario and tell me if you think they are licensed or unlicensed. Okay. So somebody tell you to DM them to book, right? And then when you book with them, they say, oh, the address will be sent the day of. Do you think they're licensed or unlicensed?
Unlicensed.
It could be both.
Yep.
It could be.
It could be both.
They be working from home.
They be working from home.
Yeah.
I don't agree with working from home.
So I went to people's homes that do services in their homes multiple times, right? So I think I like to see how your setup is. Like if you have a separate room, if it's clean, I'm like, oh, she's doing her thing. I don't mind coming back. But I have been to somebody's house where I'm just in the kitchen. It just is what it is. There ain't nothing clean. I've been to people's houses like that and I just would never go back. So it kind of just depends on their house. I wouldn't want to do it in my house because I don't want people to know where I live. But that's why I said that person could be licensed, but just doing it out of their home.
Right. The reason why I say I don't agree with it, I just think from me being a coach and just knowing like it kind of limits you. That only from that side of it. Like I know that grassroots big businesses have been built out of houses. So I get that part, but I also just feel like I just feel like unless you have a designated place, and this is because there's people who have a designated place in their house, like in the basement or like the garage, they convert it, and this is now a business. Cool. But like it kind of limits you, and it's like a safety issue too, right? Because you don't know who's coming, the energies that are coming into your house, and even me as a consumer, like. What if you try to I don't like going to, like, if I've never met you, like, I feel uncomfortable. Like, if I walk in, you might have 30 locks. I might not be able to ever get out. Like, you know?
I went to somebody's house before. It was in the middle of the hood.
Like, you don't know until you get there.
And it was during the pandemic, and I only went because I wanted my hair braided, and one of my old coworkers went. So I'm like, well, she's a CL, so if she went, then it must be cool. When she gave me the address, I was like, this is in the hood. So now I'm walking up to the house, I'm terrified. Like, I'm so nervous. I'm like, what the heck? I get up there, but that was the house. She did a good job, but that was the house that I wouldn't go back to. It was very filthy, okay? But I was desperate. I needed my hair done. Yeah,
I've been to people who run their businesses out of their house and their house is a mess, and they'd be like, "Oh, please excuse the mess."
No.
You should have cleaned that mess up before I walked in this door.
Right.
Listen.
Why am I here, ma'am?
I guess you probably don't care, Val, but when I first went to Val's house to get my nails done, I was highly impressed, okay? She had her own room set up. It was very, very cute. It made you feel like you wasn't even in the room, like in her house. Like, it was very cute.
Nice.
You went to her bathroom. It was very clean. She had, her stuff was clean. She ain't play that. You had to put on little slippers when you came in. I said, oh, okay, damn. I had my mask on, like she did not play. Stuff like that I respect, and it make me okay coming back to you. So that's what I like to see when I go places, whether it's your house, whether it's your business. Like, I like to see that you have some barbicide, some wipes, some hand sanitizer. Like, that stuff matters to me.
But you're right though. Being in the house does limit you. So that's why I had to expand. Well, we no longer in my house. You feel me now? But I had to start somewhere. But it definitely will limit, your growth, because you can only go in your house. Like you said, you're not gonna let just anybody in your space. So I get that part of it.
All right, this one is kind of funny, right? So this is like a text message conversation. So the girl says, "Hey, your flyer says 20% off, so that would mean $112. Is it a typo?" The stylist said it's $20 off. I calculate my 20% differently. Is she licensed or unlicensed? Mind you, the flyer says 20% off, but she ended up giving her $20 off. Is she licensed or unlicensed?
She told on herself.
Talk about I calculate my 20% off differently.
But math wasn't for the forefront.
We gonna say she just ain't go to school. No school.
She told her herself she didn't graduate, so she didn't get no license.
Right?
Is it $20 or 20%? Yeah, which one?
She's still at third grade. What is that? Second, third? We didn't pick her up yet.
You learn Talking about I calculate my math differently. Girl, it's no other way to calculate 20%. Is it 20% or $20?
No, ain't no other way.
That's funny.
One more.
We left her. She ain't even get picked up yet.
One more, y'all. When you come to get your hair done, you must have your makeup done and you must be dressed. Am I licensed or unlicensed?
What does one?
They licensed. I think
because they want to take pictures, so you gotta have your makeup
with your makeup
get your hair done.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have your outfit and your makeup gotta be done before you can come sit in my chair and get your hair done.
No, they're unlicensed. They're doing it for the ground.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, girl, please.
I think so.
Coming to you with my makeup done. Like, I miss the days when we could go get our hair done with a little holy t-shirt. Now you gotta be dressed up, makeup gotta be done just for you to get your hair done.
Right?
And I miss the stylist that had the mirror that covered your face. I don't even see that no more.
One girl that I used to get my hair done and she would take pictures. She'd be like, I'm like, well, I look at her, she said, don't worry about it. She's the one who taught me about the Facetune app. She would always put an app on her people so she could always use the picture. So, because I used to be like, damn, like all her pictures is good. All her clients look good. And then I remember one day I didn't have no makeup on. I was like, well, I don't want no pictures. She said, oh, don't worry, girl. I'm a razzle dazzle this picture. And it came out beautiful. So that's an alternative for people. Like people don't have to come with makeup on. You just use the app and you fix their face. And I think it actually makes your page and it actually makes your work more presentable. It definitely does.
Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of using apps.
But that can't be a requirement.
Don't make
no requirement.
Makeup on. Because if I'm getting my hair done 9 times out of 10, it's probably early in the morning. I'm not sitting there doing my makeup. If you want to do a model call, give me a discount. Okay.
I
got one. What about the person who says, I'm not washing your hair?
I was about to say that.
Right? And if you late 1 minute, you getting charged for every minute you late. Who's that?
Unlicensed, and I'm not coming. I'm
it better be fully blown out. What are you doing?
Exactly.
I'm
going
confused.
It's unprofessional. It's give it like someone who doesn't know business.
Period. It's all about service, and that's not
problem.
giving me service.
Right. And experience.
Mhm.
But the experience of it all too. You know, who wants to like? I love to lay back and get my hair washed. You know, don't get.
Oh my gosh.
We all done bent over in the sink and did what we had to do. But I don't.
Right.
You know. So.
Right.
Yes.
I agree.
That's the thing. Like, a lot of people don't wash hair anymore, and I feel like that's kind of how you know who's really a hairstylist and who's a cosmetologist. You know, who went to school and who didn't, because the people that went to school 9 times out of 10, they're still washing your hair because they know that is a protocol and that's something that they're just used to doing anyway. Now, I know when it comes to a lot of us wearing wigs, lace wigs and things like that, nobody want to do it no more. They just want to hurry up and slap the wig on, which I'm okay with. But sometimes I do want my hair washed and blown out. I don't want to do it myself. My hair is very thick.
Right.
So,
Something about when somebody else just washes your scalp, it just feels so much better.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's the best. It's like now you gotta find a stylist that washes hair. Like that's the requirement now. It's just like looking for somebody who just wash your hair. Like, dang.
Just give me whatever style you give me. Just make sure you wash my hair. That's all.
Yeah. Right. That's how we need to start our appointment, with a washed hair by you.
Right.
But I did go to a stylist one time. She was licensed, and she asked me, did I wash my hair? Because I just got braids. But I did wash it, because sometimes you gotta, you can get where you need to get to yourself sometimes. But she said, oh, I don't have to wash it. Me too. I said, no, I still want you to wash it.
They probably don't really like the wash hair. And then if you have a lot of clients, you probably like, I don't feel like washing hair. You know what I'm saying? But I do have somebody who does my hair that is unlicensed, and they will wash it. They do wash, so salute to her. But y'all got anything else? I think this was a good conversation.
About to say,
it was fun.
What do y'all think about unlicensed in other fields like doctors, attorneys?
Oh no! You
like
got
the plastic surgery world, right? It could be a gynecologist.
That's a big thing.
On your plastic surgery.
Oh no!
Well, I know that with some of doctors, I know with doctors, it's like taking what is it called, the continued educational course. So like a GYN, like everybody knows, you're still going through the basics of doctor, and then you branch off and you do your interns based on whatever industry you're in. So like definitely the gynecologist, they can take classes to learn liposuction. But what I would say is that I would prefer to be with someone who specializes. Like I like to be with people who are specialized in something, right? Like that's a niche market if you want to talk about it in a business term, right? Like I like a specialist, not
I do too.
person that just
took a class. Girl, I can't imagine. I know a lot of times where, we want the money, right? But I can't imagine being a gynecologist and I go take a course and now I'm in there doing lipo and tummy tucks. Exactly. Like in my mind, that's so dangerous that I'm like, I'm not touching it. Like, no way. Like
But the scary part is it's allowed. It's a whole rule on it. They allow it. They even allow them to teach classes on it.
Yeah. Oh, what about the girls that's teaching the veneers?
Child. Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
They was in my DMs, was like, hey, would you like to take the course? I think the course was like $5,000. I said, hell no, I'm not doing no veneers on nobody. Teeth that
people getting it done too.
Years, and you putting veneers over them teeth.
People do anything. People do
get it done.
Wow, yeah, that one was crazy. And then the teeth. And people's the crazy thing is that the people's teeth that they doing still look crazy,
looking like chiclets.
Yeah, like it don't even look
dry,
or they too big.
She be looking like when Val be filing her nails. Sis.
Looking stiletto-ish.
Yes, no thank you.
Yes.
Wait, and now they
my
doing
God.
the fake gaps. So they taking the nail file type thing and making gaps. Y'all seen that one?
Wait, people want gaps?
Right?
Yeah, they want a gap.
Yes.
I've always wanted to close my gap. Like, huh?
I seen this girl on Instagram. She was giving people a gap. So yeah.
Yo,
That's
people
different.
do anything.
Yeah, I guess.
Listen, y'all
You
go
never
get
know
license.
what you're gonna see.
Don't let the money blind you because it gets real out here. Having a license and being insured is a plus these days. So make sure if you are licensed and insured, you let people know. Okay. I don't know who cares about it, but somebody does. Y'all have any final words?
No, just good. If you're gonna take it serious, turn it into a career and get the credentials so that nobody can't never take your business from you.
Period.
Yeah.
Thank y'all, ladies, for joining in on the conversation.
Yes,
this was good. This was fun. And have a good night. Make sure y'all catch us July 15th for the next episode. Have a good night, y'all.
All right. Good night. Bye.